what's happening in Washington, as always, definitely not as always, but definitely as in the last 5.5 years, 6.5 years, makes me so angry I could hardly see straight. So yesterday, we told you about 2 bills that got defeated. Hey, habeas corpus rights. That's the most fundamental freedom that we have here in America, and that is really the basis of Western civilization. To be able to say, hey, no, you got the wrong guy. Let me go see a judge and tell him it's not me. No, that was taken away by the Senate, and then the Senate tried to bring it back, and it got filibustered by the Republicans that lost. Okay? So, no, most fundamental right of Western civilization gone. Can't bring it back. So that can't pass in the Senate, not in this Senate, right? And then they said, all right, how about giving our troops enough rest, like they used to have? Again, we're all just trying to restore things to the way they used to be before Bush came in and screwed everything up on the Republican Congress. So they said, how about, like, if they get served 12 months in Iraq, they get 12 months rest. Or they serve 15 months in Iraq, they get 15 months rest, as we were supposed to. And what happened? No, Republicans filibustered it and said, no, we don't want to give the troops rest because we have the yellow sticker on the back of our minivan, and it says, I support the troops. That's why I'm allowed to vote against them at every term. Okay. Oh, you have the sticker. Oh, then okay. Then go ahead and filibuster a bill that would let them spend more time with their families. And get better training before they go back into the hellhole of Iraq. That's great. You got the sticker. You're covered. So that doesn't pass the Senate. And then yesterday, after our show, Senator Feingold's bills came up, and his bill was, you know what, that's it. We're the Senate. We have the right to give money and not give money to things that we don't think make sense. And a great majority of the American people believe that we should stop funding this war and that we need to get out of Iraq as quickly as possible. So let's go ahead and do that. The most logical bill in the world. Stop funding the war so that we can come home because it doesn't make any sense, right? So what happens there? Oh, they don't even need a filibuster. Crushed it. Just lost in a up and down vote. Didn't even come close. Okay, so we're staying in Iraq, even though, again, a great majority of the American people want to leave, but not the people inside Washington, because the people inside Washington know better. So what do these geniuses inside of Washington that know so much and care so much about the country, what is the one bill that they did pass yesterday? They passed a bill condemning a move-on ad. Congratulations. You have really served the American people. You condemned an ad. Man, the anger rolls inside me, man. Wasting our goddamn time. You're playing politics, that's what you're doing? Oh, you think you got somebody? Ha ha, we got you. Oh, Move On did an ad that had the wrong words in it. We didn't like the words that they had in it, so we're going to pass a bill. Kids are dying in Iraq, man. By some estimates, the Iraqi civilian death toll is up to 1 million people. And the only bill you can pass through the Senate is condemning an ad? An ad. An ad. What goddamn difference would that make to anybody's life? You're supposed to be our senators. You're supposed to represent us about things that matter. Healthcare? No, nothing. Nothing from these gentlemen, these ladies and gentlemen, okay? On issues that affect our lives, on the economy, on the war, on things to keep us safe, they've got nothing. But on this very important ad issue, 72 to 25. Half the Democrats voted for it. What are you doing? As Jon Stewart so brilliantly put it on CNN many years ago now, stop hurting us. Okay? You're hurting the country. What are you doing? 72 to 25. That's the only goddamn thing you can get passed through the Senate. Condemning an ad. I don't care if it's the worst ad in the world. And by the way, I 100%, 1,000% support that ad. And when we come back, we'll talk about that ad. But even if it was the worst ad in the world, let's say it was, called for the destruction of all people, okay? Somebody put up an ad saying, kill everybody, okay? I would say, for the love of God, don't waste our time voting on that, and that's the only bill you can pass when kids are dying in Iraq. Nearly 4,000 U.S. troops killed, 30,000 maimed and wounded, and the only thing you can pass in this ridiculous, useless Senate is a bill about an ad. I'd say you ought to be ashamed of yourself, but obviously there is no such thing as shame left in Washington. It makes me sick.